Good evening once again. I'm Keith Ranford. Our top story tonight involves a big disparity when it comes to reports of child abuse ever since the COVID-19 pandemic first began. Now, most cases are reported from schools, but with so much remote learning these days, reports of suspected child abuse are way down, while the number of children admitted into the system has tripled since 2019. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Olivia Proya goes in depth tonight to find out what's behind this troubling trend.
It's a general policy when it comes to child abuse. If you see something, say something.
The problem is right now people can't see it because these children are home. They're not at the schools where they can be recognized. They're not out in the community.
On March 16, 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic forced schools across Western New York to close. Teachers who are required by law to report any suspected child abuse to Child Protective Services could no longer see their students. Dr. Michelle Penque is the medical director of Oishei's emergency unit. She says 20% of most child abuse reports come from teachers and school administrators.
The CPS reports are down 50% across New York State. And I have data for the entire year of 2020 now. And we compared it to the entire year of 2019. And the number of admitted abused children has gone up almost threefold. It's gone from 19 children to 54.
With the number, like you said, basically tripling, what are your concerns?
That there's not only an increase in severity, I believe these are not being picked up as early as they used to be when children were in school or around other people outside of the home who could detect the abuse earlier.
In Erie County, child abuse reports were down 20% throughout the pandemic compared to 2019. Some weeks, reports were down around 60%. Dr. Tanja Williams is an assistant superintendent for the Buffalo Public Schools. She says BPS has developed plans to try to combat the lack of eyes on children, but nothing can take the place of seeing a child in person every weekday.
Some of the key signs or signals that a child may share with a teacher remotely alarm a teacher enough to dispatch out, someone from one of our student support teams to do a wellness check.
Both Drs. Penque and Williams say the lack of CPS reports may not be the only factor contributing to the uptick in abuse admissions.
There's so much more stress. People are under economic stress, psychological stress.
It certainly has brought about a whole host of emotional and traumatic situations that are impacting our families.
So for now, while majority of children are still not in the classroom full time, Dr. Williams says it's more important than ever to remember, if you see something, say something.
And I would say you err on the side of caution. Where children are concerned, if you have a gut feeling, if you're not really sure, but you think something could be going on, make the call. For
the I-Team, Olivia Proya, 7 Eyewitness News.